Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ain Maisarah binti Abang Kecil and I will present about the twisted pair cable. Twisted pair cable is a cable that consists of two independent insulated wires. They are twisted together around each other. The purpose of twisting the wire is help to minimize the electromagnetic induction and crosstalk. Twisted wire will balance the unwanted signal and equally affected by the external influences such as noise and crosstalk. Twisted pair cable is widely used by the older telephone network. There are two parts of the twisted pair cable. The outer part of the twisted pair cable is called insulator and the inner part of the twisted pair cable is the conductor. There are two types of twisted pair cable, which is unshielded twisted pair UTP and shielded twisted pair STP. The difference between UTP and STP is in UTP the twisted wire only will be covered by the plastic cover, while in STP the twisted wire will be covered by metal shield and plastic cover. A few advantages of twisted pair cable, which is cheapest medium of transmission, flexible and lightweight, easy to set up and install, can carry both analog and digital data. Once a portion of twisted pair cable damaged, it does not affect the entire network. There are a few disadvantages of twisted pair cable, which is poor noise immunity, thin in size and likely to break easily, susceptible to noise and interference, and only support lower bandwidth. There are a few applications of twisted pair cable. Twisted pair cable is widely used in internet network and security camera system, and also telephone line. Twisted pair cable also used in local area network and registered check RJ45.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Athirah Syafiqa binti Adnan. Now I want to talk about guided media, which is coaxial cable. The overview of the media, it can carry more data than twisted pair cable and is typically more costly. It can carry more signals of higher frequency range than twisted pair cable. It is widely used for video, television, and computer network. And the last one is coaxial cable have center conductors surrounded by a insulation and a grounded shield of braided wire. The advantage of the coaxial cable is cheap to make, easy to install, easy to modify, good bandwidth, and great channel capacity. The disadvantage of the coaxial cable is more expensive than twisted pair cable, has higher attenuation and have to implement repeaters, and continuous run flow can cause visible and audible interference. Application of coaxial cable. The first one is long coaxial cable are used to connect radio networks and television networks. The second one is widely used in local area network. And the last one is used in a range of consumer devices, military equipment, and in ultrasound scanning equipment.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Lisa Najwa binti Muhammad Rizwan. For this part, I will discuss about fiber optic cable. It is made of glass or plastic and transmits signal in form of light. Secondly, light travel in straight line as long as moves to a single uniform substance. Nets consist of a bundle of glass threads, which each of them is capable of transmitting messages modulated onto light wave. It have three connectors, which is subscriber channel, straight tip, and mechanical transfer registered jack. This is how the light ray bending fiber optic cable is actually composed of two layers of glass, which are core and cladding. The function of core is carries the actual light signal, and the cladding is a layer of glass surrounding the core. The cladding has a lower refractive index than the core, so it causes total internal reflection within the core. The fiber optic cable is divided by two propagation modes, which are single mode and multi-mode. The multi-mode is multiple beam from a light source moved through the core in different paths. Multi-mode has two indexes, which are step and graded. In step index, the density remains constant from core to the edge and refer to the suddenness of these changes, while graded index, the density is highest at the center and decrease gradually to the lowest of light beam. The advantages are fiber optic cable have a much greater bandwidth than metal cables. This means that they can carry more data. Secondly, it is designed to carry signals over much longer distance as they offer low power loss. Next, they are resistant to electromagnetic interference. It means that the rate of error is low. It also thin and lightweight, which make them more suitable for restricted places. Not only that, it also have high level security because it cannot be matched simply by other materials. Lastly, strong and flexible as it is resistant to corrosive materials. Next, the disadvantages of fiber optic. The cost to produce fiber optic cabling is higher than copper. Installation is also more expensive as special test equipment is also required. Besides, it is unidirectional light propagation. If we need bidirectional communication, two fibers are needed. Also, the fragility as they are made of glass. Fiber optic cable are usually applied at the backbone network, LAN network, wavelength division multiplexing, cable TV, metropolitan trunk, long haul trunk, and rural exchange trunk.
Radio wave is one of the wireless transmission. Radio wave is an electromagnetic wave that transmit in all directions of free space, ranging from 30 kHz to 1 GHz. Radio waves are omnidirectional, used for multicast communication and use omnidirectional antenna. There are a few examples of the omnidirectional antenna that used to send out the radio wave. Advantages of radio waves is offer mobility at lower price, does not need to digging and laying cable, can travel in long distance, can penetrate wall and low data rate. AM and FM radio can receive signal inside a building. Disadvantages of radio wave is cannot isolate communication to just inside or outside a building. As radio wave travel long distance, so interference between user is a problem. There are a few applications of radio wave, which is radio broadcasting, for example AM and FM radio, paging system, television, cordless phone, and military communication.
Now I want to talk about the next unguided media, which is microwave. The overview of the media, radio wave that range from 1 to 300 GHz are called microwave. Microwave used for uniques, which is one-to-one communication, such as cellular telephones, satellite networks, and wireless LAN. Microwave have higher frequency range, line of sight that cannot penetrate walls, and high data rate. In certain portions of the band is regulated by authorities. Microwaves use unidirectional antenna. This is unidirectional antennas. There is two antennas, which is dish antenna and horn antenna. Parabolic dish antenna. Every line parallel to the line of sight reflects off the curve at angles such that all lines intersect in a common point called focus. Horn antenna is outgoing transmission broadcast upstream and deflected outward in a series of narrow parallel seams by curved head. The advantage of the microwave is no interference with another pair of linear antennas. The second one is ease of communication over difficult terrain, and the last one is can support large bandwidth. The first disadvantage of the microwave is insecure communication. The second one is susceptible to weather effects and environment, and the last one is limited bandwidth. Next is applications of microwave. It is used for satellite communication. The second one is widely used in microwave ovens, and the last one is useful for uniques, which is one-to-one communication.
For the last unguided media is infrared. It is a radio wave ranging from 300 GHz and 400 terahertz. It also unidirectional and invisible to the human eyes. The advantages of infrared is it can prevent interference between one to another system. A short-range communication system cannot penetrate walls by having high frequencies. It also very cheap and simple to create. While the disadvantages of infrared is it cannot be used for longer distances as the performance can gradually drop. Next, we cannot use infrared waves outside of a building because the sound waves contain infrared waves that can be interfered. Infrared signals are used for transmission between keyboard, mouse, computer, and printer, and also through TV remote.